So looking at a sheep, what are you looking at? How do you judge it? Because you're freaking accurate every time we look at a sheep. You tell me, and then we go up and if we kill it, we measure it, and you're spot on. So take us through what your guidelines are in judging a sheep.
Well, you don't have to be a genius when you got a big ram like this, but one thing I look at is head on is ear clearance right here. If these ears are way far into this horn, like out to here, he doesn't have a big frame. You look at kind of how he falls off his head from the back. Some will come straight off and come around real quick.
So you're looking for that. So
looking for that ear clearance.
Distance from here to here.
Distance from there to there. Okay. When you're looking head on.
Okay.
Because a lot of rams, when they're tight, they'll come around right here. This ear will be, if he's looking at you and his ear is far into his horn, his frame is not as big as you think it is. This ram has a gigantic frame. You want to count rings, obviously. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10-year-old.
But how do you quickly? Because you quick. So you told me this is 3, right? We're always looking for this hard mark.
First dark
here.
ring you can count is generally 3. So that's where I start. 3, 4. This darker one has a J on it. Some guys will start there, but I generally go to the first one I can count, especially on a ram that's unbroomed. It gets a little difficult. If this ram was broomed down here, you could be at 2. I've had rams that are broomed way back, but so you start 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and a half. Basically, I call that 10.
And what else do you look? I mean, you're looking at mass, but how do you tell a good basis from?
So I thought this ram was really heavy from across the valley, because what I look for is 2x4 or 2x6 look. Like a thin ram from the top will look like a kind of like a thin 2x4 look like this, and this ram is
so
a huge.
From here to here. Yeah, I saw that too when we were looking up through the scope. I mean, you could tell he's heavy.
Yeah, and then
you're looking for
drop right here. I mean, his chin's not touching, his horns are touching. A lot of rams will come around, they'll be way up here. This guy, he's got hang time. I mean, it's just, and again, you don't have to be a genius with a huge sheep.
No, but
he's got it all.
He does. Yep. And then anything else? I mean, you told me he's carrying weight low, which obviously he was. You could see it
when you see them, and they're thin like this, and it comes all the way back here, and they're like pencils coming around. He's not going to carry the mass. This one, when this thing's getting close to being straight vertical, you know it's a big sheep.
Yeah.
I mean, and you know it's heavy.
The third ring.
Yeah. I mean, that's and again, that's just a giant sheep.
Makes it easy. There you have it. How to Judge a Sheep by Brennan Burns. We call him Sheep 3PO for a reason. Brennan has the ability to talk about sheep from the time he wakes up till the time he goes to bed. The only way to get Brennan to stop talking about sheep is to turn him off like C3PO on the Millennium Falcon. The only way to get him to stop talking was to shut him off. So Sheep 3PO.